community address the violence and the gun violence that has so plagued our young people and our families and our community, as well as I thank the media for being here today. I'm going to start with pretty much some of the things that we were asking for. When I called this press conference originally, it was to lay out 3 points for our community. One was I was requesting a ceasefire. All of those participating in gun violence in our community to participate in a ceasefire, to give us time in our community and our young people time to come together, to look for options and other alternatives for activities and to help our young people move our community forward. And the other thing we were asking for as well was the police community involvement now. This is the best time, better than any, for all of us to get on board and start working together in our community. And we also need the help of the Evansville Police Department as well as other city officials, clergy, and community residents to help us finally bring this to fruition. Now, today we are joined by these 2 young men who are individuals involved in what most of us would refer to as gangs. These are 2 young men who have reached out to myself and Mr. Payne, the founder of Boss, in starting to what they looked at as wanting to come to a resolution and put their story out there and have the community actually understand where they're at. And Mr. Payne and myself being 2, new members, new community leaders, we were fortunate enough that these young men trusted us enough to reach out to us. These young men have made a substantial step today towards just creating a truce. And the primary part of that truce is actually the ceasefire. And I feel blessed to be here today, to take part in this with them and to let them know that no matter what, you have a small group of the community here. If you look out, these are faces of the community. And you see now that you have more people than what you know that honestly support and encourage and stand behind you in what you're trying to do. So if you ever need any help from anybody, you can see the actual number of resources that you have here today. And that's from the bottom of my heart, okay? And I want you all to remember that going forward. Also, the part of the truth in trying to bring about how we're going to get illegal guns off the street as well. But because of, some of these young men do have criminal records, and we are hoping to negotiate with the criminal justice system to find ways that these young men can continue to assist the community and we can assist them and not bring about any further issues for them as well as our community. I have already been in contact with Police Chief Bowen and the FOP, and we are hopeful that in the next few weeks to come that myself, Mr. Payne, and Mr. Miller, we will be meeting with them to actually iron out more specific details and how we can move forward in our initiative. One of the initiatives, and Ms. Black can, or Ms. Griffin Wilson, I'm sorry, can explain to you what Moms Against Senseless Killings does. But part of our initiative, we were asking for more police patrol in our communities, in especially high crime areas. And I know we have CPOs on the police department, so we were asking for help from the police department and other entities in reestablishing the CPO program. And these ladies have actually started doing this. They're out patrolling their own communities. So at this point, I don't actually see any reason why someone else would not readily get on board with what these ladies are doing. There is the checks and balances there. I understand there is the issue with the community feeling that the police may they don't feel safe when the police are there. Well, now you have the extra set of eyes for both the community and the police as well. But we are prayerful and very hopeful that very soon the police will be working with us and working with MASK as a very viable, active group in our community. So that's enough of my statement. I'm sure you may have questions for either Mr. Payne, Ms. Wilson, or either of the members that are here with us today. And I'm sorry. Do you remember? Brother James Harrison as well is here with us today as a representative, strong representative of an organization in our community, and we are glad to have him here. So, by all means, I turn the floor over to Mr. Payne or the panel and may ask questions to them.
I really don't want to be up here too long. I just want to be kind of brief about this. Our mission here with BOSS is to reach out to the kids. And it's by the grace that we have the leaders in our community like Reverend Terry and Reverend Brooks, who work together to give us an opportunity to give these kids a safe haven to come over here and use their facilities. We're trying to work hard to come up with some programs for the kids so they can have something to do to keep them off the streets. We have the River City Baseball League, which we started. June the 4th will be opening day for that. We have Friday night movies and we have Sunday night open gym, thanks to Reverend Terry. And what we're trying to do is trying to develop jobs in the community. We're trying to get these kids jobs and we're trying to give them things to do so they won't be running around and being labeled as a gang. A lot of the people that you see that they are being called gangs are actually just kids that grew up together in the same neighborhood. You know, we've been labeled, and I've been in the streets, so I understand where they come from, and that's where I'm at. My job is to be in the streets with these kids. That's where the ministry starts. So where we stand on this is we just trying to make a difference in our community. And if it hadn't been for the people that came before us, like I said once before, you know, Reverend Brooks and Reverend Terry helping us and mentoring us in my generation, then Boston Mass wouldn't even exist today. So what we asking from the community is we asking that everybody step forward and give us some assistance. Because if we can get to the kids early, then we can stop them from doing some of the stuff that they're doing in our community. And by that, I mean we need to speak up. We need more centers. We need more activities for these kids. We need places for these kids to go. We can't continue to keep taking our kids all the way out to Newburgh or Green River Road because they don't have the means and the transportation. We need to have something here in our community, and that's our goal. So when you see these pink shirts, and you see the guys with the boss, which is the Brothers Out Saving Souls, we're a mentoring group, it means that we in the streets. This is what we are here to try to do. We're trying to make a change. We're not here for a public spectacle. I appreciate everybody coming out. But you know, what turned out to be what a good situation, we wanted to continue to be a good situation. We wanted to continue to grow and elevate. So we asked all the grassroots groups, you know, young and established, you know, we ask that all of us continue to work together so we can kind of have some type of resolution of what we can do with these kids. It's summertime, and we have to have something for these kids to do. And that's pretty much where we at and where we stand on everything. So, you know, turn the floor over to Mariana Wilson, and we can get this over with so everybody can get back to work or wherever it is that you have to go. Amen.
Really have much to say other than to, I guess, elaborate on what William Payne is saying. We're just trying to get more stuff for the youth to do. And let's not just stop at 16. I mean, a lot of the activities we say, we stop at 16. Let's keep going. You know, the age that we see, the gun violence, we see it at 16 to 25 even, you know. And then the ones that have the guns, the other kids are looking at them. So I commend you guys because you know what? The young kids are looking at you guys. So let us use you as an example for the young young people to say, hey, you can still have that respect without the gun violence. So my hat goes off to you guys, and so let's keep going in a positive direction. So with that, we're out in the streets and we're patrolling, and we need all the assistance we can to build this community up. So you guys want to help, get out there with the pink shirts, whatever. I mean, whatever you can do, we welcome it. But our main goal is to get more activities for our youth to do so that they're not in the streets, and to let them know that they're not alone. They have somewhere to go, something to do.
So, right now, we're going to turn the floor over to the media for any questions that you may have of any of us.
Are any of the other gangs involved in the ceasefire, or have you talked to members of other groups?
Actually, like I said before, these are just guys that grew up in the neighborhoods together. We trying to take it one step at a time. So we really just trying to get to a situation where we can bring everybody to a table and everybody understand that it's not about us, it's about the future of our kids.
Right, but have
So
you
we
reached?
have not. We have not. We just trying to get the programs. These two guys are working with us to try to get our programs off the ground for the younger kids. We got to take baby steps.
And then for those two gentlemen, what kind of what propelled them to come forward to both of you guys?
Either one of you would like to answer that question?
To tell you the truth,
Can you come up to the microphone, please?
Or do you have a mic that you can give them?
Everything's
Just
kind of
transfer
wired
it all
over
over.
there.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay.
Yeah. Turn the other one on.
Will you restate your question, please?
Yeah, just what repelled you two gentlemen to come forward to Ms. Jenkins and Mr. Payne?
to tell you the truth, it ain't even been no beef, you know what I mean? It ain't been no problem, it ain't been no between us two, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, we've been going through this for 5 years, you know what I mean? Just, we don't even need no press to squash no beef. We could have left it in the streets, but just last week, you know, I threw a party, you know what I mean? And they was there, and everybody was good. There wasn't no problems in the area. Then I played a song, then it went from there. It was a big fight, but they put out an article saying that the shooting, you feel me, had something to do with Rag Block and Savage Life. You know what I mean? Whenever we was all locked inside the bar, you know what I mean? We don't even know what's going on. The Evansville Police Department don't even know what's going on. They still fishing, so why did they make a valid attempt to put out a whole article, you know what I mean, talking about the 2 rival gangs, you know what I mean? It haven't been no problem. So, you feel me, I felt like this press conference was needed because, I mean, if we're going to use the media to spread a lie, why not use the media to spread the truth?
Right. What is the misinterpretation?
The misinterpretation.
That the community has?
Honestly, at this point, we finna be 20. I just turned 24 last week. You know what I mean? We finna be 25, 26. What we doing at these years of our life is going to determine what we doing for the rest of our lives. You know what I mean? Because these years, you know what I mean? We never gonna get back. You know what I mean? And at this point, for them to say we in the gang, to say we wild, wild, savage life, you get what I mean? It ain't nothing but decisions from our past coming back to bite us in our ass, you get what I mean? Excuse my language, but that's all it is. You get what I mean? Because we young, you get what I mean? It ain't nothing else to do around here. Everything that they give us, they take from us. You get what I mean? Ain't nothing else to do but to sit out here and it was just something to do. It was fun. You get what I mean? They always trying to connect gun violence to drugs. You get what I mean? That's not even the case out here because they'll be out here shooting at each other over a female before they shoot at each other over some money. You get what I mean? So, like I said, the Evansville Police Department, you fishing. So why did they make an attempt? Is it because I threw the party and he just got out? You know what I mean? Because it hasn't been no problem.
Right.
Are you guys fed up with the violence?
Most definitely. You get what I mean? Most definitely. It's at a point where I'm trying to better myself and people and if I throw a show, for me it always turn out good, but the people don't want to deal with me because every time it's something, you get what I mean? My name is getting slandered and at this point, for me, I'm done, I'm tired, you get what I mean? And I wouldn't even be here speaking, you get what I mean, if I didn't talk to every one of the guys. I mean, everybody's comfortable with this, everybody's tired. We tired of getting harassed, we tired of, because it's really, honestly, it's 2-1 out here. For me, I gotta go against somebody I grew up with, and I gotta go against, I gotta be worried about if the police department gonna pick me up. It's 2-1. And for me, it don't matter what you claim, it don't matter what you bang, it don't matter where you grew up at, it don't matter, you feel me, what colors you wear, you feel me, when we get locked up, we all gonna share the same cell. Our families gonna be at the same visiting room, you feel me? They making the same, they sharing the same courtroom, you feel me? So now we causing a problem for our family. Right. Because over what initially started over a female. You get what I mean? So it ain't, like I said, it ain't at this point we tired. It ain't nothing but decisions in our past coming to bite us in our ass. You feel me? How we decided to live growing up. And now that we tired, you feel me, we still getting labeled from what's been going on 2-3 years ago. Because we both, on both sides, we got friends that ain't never coming home. That ain't coming home for a long time, you feel me? And like when we talk, I say, why we gonna wait? Because they inside locked up and they kick it with each other on the regular. They got to, they don't got no choice. What they gonna do every time they on break, they gonna fight, go to the hall. You feel me? Why we gotta wait till we get in the cell to really squash our problems, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at, and I feel like that's where we at, and that's where everybody at on both sides of the party.
This is gonna be a dumb question, and I realize that. But if all sides have people that want this to happen, what's the hang up?
What you mean?
What's stopping it from happening, and for everybody to have?
Like I said, you can look at the past violence. You get what I mean? There ain't no you trying to say gangs. It ain't no structure out here. These are just young dudes who ain't got nothing better to do shooting at each other. You get what I mean? 18, 17. You get what I mean? Like I said, we can only speak for us. You get what I mean? Because we realized we started this. You get what I mean? When we was younger. But at the same time, it's gonna take help from not only us but our families as well. Because whenever this all started, we was just fighting. You get what I mean? It was fun. We would link up, fight. Then you feel me? We started carrying guns. You feel me? But ain't nobody shooting at each other. So now everybody making it in front of each other because ain't nobody. No, I'm saying, everybody making fun of each other because ain't nobody getting hit. So now people getting hit in the leg. You feel me? So now everybody making fun of each other because you feel me, you shooting in the leg. So now you feel me, everybody feel like they got something to prove whenever we could just stop it at the ground level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't need no national attention. We could have did this behind closed doors, but like I said, I felt like, you feel me, we had to come how they did. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't even that type of situation.
Right.
Is this a life you want your kids to live in?
Most definitely not. You get what I mean? Most definitely not. Like I said, we grew up together. I remember staying the night at his crib every night, helping him with his homework. You feel me? Back when we both used to piss in the bed. You know what I mean? For real. I'm being honest. We grew up together. You feel me? We used to be like this. You feel me? And because, you feel me? I mean, like I said, it's so much that happened in the past 5 years. You feel me? I'm not trying to, at this point, we might not never kick it with each other. I might not never call you in the morning like, hey, what up, you trying to go to breakfast? I won't never kick it with you, but at the same time, we can be out there and it's dead because we're grown. You know what I mean? That's, like I said, it's decisions from the past coming back. You feel
kind of talk about that. Would you like to speak to maybe the young person that's gonna watch this later?
Most definitely, like I said, you feel me, we both got friends that ain't never come on, you feel me? My best friend, you feel me, he got 35 on his first case. So it don't matter how soon you get caught, it don't matter, you feel what I mean? At this point, you feel me, is it worth it? You feel me, if you're gonna take a life, make sure, is it worth it? You feel me, what did they do to you, dude? Why do I got a problem? You feel what I mean? If they not harming your family, if they not stopping your kids from eating it, what's the problem? You feel me? It's most of the beef out here is over a female, you feel me? That soon as one side get locked up, she gonna go to the other side. Then soon as they get out, she gonna go back to the other side and make it seem like it's too much out here. You feel me? It's too much. Like I said, we ain't really gotta entertain this too much longer. I just wanna say the record, but at this point, we all grown. I mean, it ain't no problem. I mean, I just wanna move to the next stage of my life. You feel me? At this point, I wasn't even gonna come because it ain't about telling her none of that. Like I said, if I'm all, they fly high from something that you already know. You trying to say that I'm a gang member. You get what I mean? But I just did 2.5 years in prison. You get what I mean? So I haven't just really been out here. You get what I mean? At the end of the day, man, it's done. Man. It's over with. I'm tired of fighting. Tired of, you feel me, going out, you feel me, buying new shoes just to mess around. You feel me? I'm tired of that. I'm tired of our families beefing with each other because we beef with each other. It's over with. It's over with. And I speak on behalf of all of mine, all of my brothers. It's over with. We grew up together. It ain't been no problem. So, you feel me? We just won't leave it at that.
So day 31 comes, will it be the same as?
Like I
day one?
said, we can't speak for everybody else. You feel me? We can't speak for what everybody else doing. What we can't say, we can speak for ourselves. Between us, it's over with. I'm on some different, something different. I mean, it's over with. If I get locked up, it's not gonna be for beef with somebody.
Jordan, I would like to add to that question. In our conversation with these young men and what we are, actually, the truce went into effect when, guys? Wednesday? It went into effect on Wednesday. This is their way of showing the public and making this very public and open and everyone being accountable and transparent at the end of the 31 days, and we're not qualifying it. We've talked to these young men. They don't want to qualify it. They're starting with 30 days, prayerfully with the intention that it can go forward, but it takes everybody. It takes them sitting down with their friends, the community, talking to their kids and each other, and they're already working with us to put in place, we're looking at forming a consortium that we can, as I stated before, iron out a finite plan and details as to how we can continue or how they may continue this truth, and it's done to help our community. And someone asked about these two. We understand that these are only two of the many others, but it starts somewhere, and these two are the ones that impact our community the most. I know there are many people that don't believe that this will last, that it'll go anywhere, and that's the wrong attitude to have. And I was a little disheartened by that. You know, it's easy for people to say this means nothing when you don't live in the community. We have Mr. Ferguson here with us, who is a member of our community right here, and not to just qualify it as being the fourth ward, but if you don't live in this community, of course, you're not going to take it serious or think it really doesn't matter or it's irrelevant, but it's not, because overall, it affects everybody in this community. It affects the whole city. And I applaud these two young men to being the leaders that they are and stepping out to be examples and hopefully getting the others to
In more to that, assuming this works going forward, are you hopeful that other gang leaders and elsewhere throughout the city will say, hey, they did it, why can't we? because chances are they're going through some of the same struggles. They've got friends that are never coming back too.
Most definitely, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta realize that, you feel me, when situations like that, you feel me, that make it bad for everybody, you get what I mean? It don't matter what you claim, you feel, they all look at us like, I mean, they are, and they are, we are the same, you feel me? Just what they call a gangbanger, so, you feel me, it make it bad for everybody, so hopefully, you feel me, everybody will see how it go, and y'all, I mean, it ain't no secret how long you been at it, you feel me, it ain't no secret, you feel me, like I said, you feel me, I've been telling everybody, they've been telling me not to come, why hide from something that they already know, you know what I mean, what am I gonna duck behind, you know what I mean, just let them come get me, so I'm just letting you know that, you know what I mean, it's not that type of party, we grown, you feel me, we're just trying to, you feel me, make it to the next step.
I think you had a comment also.
Real quick, one moment. Tony just got out of prison. He's been out for about 2 weeks now. And as you can see, the gentlemen on this side haven't been as expressive as the gentleman here, because when we had a meeting before this, and this gentleman it's okay for him to do the talking because he doesn't have anything pending right now. Tony is still on 2 years parole. So, but he does want to address a question that came here, but please, if you would, focus your questions to this gentleman here. Focus your question to this gentleman here. That's why he's doing all the talking, because these guys we're still working on some things. But, so, Tony, address this gentleman here.
I just want to address the point of you saying the leaders of the game. I'm not a leader of the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't stand above none of my brothers. We all on the same level. We all came up together. You know what I'm saying? My reason to come here, it ain't just for my sake. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking out for my sisters and brothers, my kids, my nieces and nephews. You know what I mean? And in the community also. You know what I mean? I went to prison. I know they put a label on me, and they gonna harass me. They gonna do whatever they gonna do. I can't stop it. Man, they never gonna find nothing on me, but I don't care nothing on me. I don't do nothing. You know what I mean? I just feel like, you feel me? Squashing this was the best thing to do. You know what I mean? I done already went to prison behind it. You know what I mean? I was indicted behind it. It's over. I know what it's like behind the wall. So it's fun when you out here doing it. When you get back here, you sit on that bed and you think about it. You go back to thinking like, man, I could have prevented all this from happening. You know what I mean? True enough, I'm gonna always think who I came up with. And if they don't like that, I can't, you know what I mean? I don't know what to tell them. You know what I mean? But as far as beef, you know, whatever they call it, you know what I mean? That's all it is. Saying, but it ain't no legal and stuff. So that's what they telling y'all. They got the wrong concept.
I was just asking other gangs in the city, if they see you guys, if they see you guys working together, squashing whatever there is to squash, are you hopeful that eventually there'll be no beef between any?
You guys elaborate on the squash amongst us first, you know what I mean? I feel like
That's where it
squash
started
with
with
us, I make a lot of other people look back and be like, you know what I mean? They did it, why can't we do it? Yeah.
That's the goal, right now, because at this point, we want everybody, like where I'm at, I want everybody, I don't want nobody looking at me and judging me based off of, you feel me, because they got to, you get what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with him because my brother don't fuck with him. And that's just how I gotta be. I mean, I'm cool. I'm a cool person. I'm approachable, you feel me? I like to laugh. I'm very intelligent, you get what I mean? I done been to the army, and I done been in prison, you get what I mean? It's over with. It's a whole nother world outside of Evansville, and at this point, that's where I'm trying to go, outside of Evansville. I'm trying to be bigger than Evansville. Evansville is, I mean, don't get caught, you know what I mean? Because it's so small, everybody know everybody. Don't get caught, because that's just how it goes. I mean, like I said, we could have left this in the street. The whole purpose of this was to address the article that was put out last weekend. So if there's any way that we can withdraw that, get it off the record, you know what I mean? And that would also help towards this whole thing that boss is trying to do, you feel me, that mass is trying to do, you know what I mean? We just want to it's time to try something else, because we've been doing this and ain't nothing been working, so we're gonna try something else.
You know, one of the things that we also discussed with these young men, Mr. Payne and myself, is there are things that we need in our community. Our young people need more things to do. There's growing up, Mariama and I, there was a movie theater, a skating rink, there was everything in this community. And as the gentleman said, what they give us, they take away. And we have discussed that, you know, our young people in this community, and I hate that there's such that huge misconception of our young people, and it's like that cloud hanging over their heads. They have skills, they're highly intelligent, they're extreme leaders, they are great entrepreneurs and have that mindset. But somewhere along the way, all these skills they have, if they go away and serve time, then those skills aren't being utilized inside. And then they come home and no one wants to give them a job, or no one wants to give them an opportunity. So Mr. Payne and myself are very hopeful that now with this, we can start to get not only, and I'm so grateful and thankful to Reverend Terry for him allowing us to use his facility, and Reverend Robinson for being in attendance today, but there should have been more pastors and more churches here and more community leaders here. We should have had business owners here. We should have had people with real jobs here to help not just these young men, but other men and women. They're not stupid, and we're not savages. We're far from animals. But the context that not just the media, but people outside of our community continually want to put us into, because most of us have brown faces, and there may be something attached to us, like a criminal record or a warrant or something, is really unfair. And it lowers us as people. It devalues what we are actually able to do. And that's something that we are very strongly, we feel very strongly about. And now it's time to bring about a change. As I said, it's time to hold everyone's feet to the fire. All these promises that have been made from one campaign to another, things that people say they're going to do that don't seem to be happening. Now we have no excuse. Now we have two young men that have stepped up to start to change our community and help our community grow. Now it's time for us to fall in line and start to help not just them, but like I said, our other young men and young women in our community. You go ahead.
And also, like, when it comes to these labels, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you don't understand what they do for a person. You know what I mean? Because I done had 3 jobs, you feel me? And I've already started working those jobs, and they'll fire me just because of what they know my affiliation is, you know what I mean? It's places that I'll go in, they won't even hear nothing that I gotta say because I'm a convicted felon, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if there's any way we can get like some kind of second chance program to where we got access to jobs like Toyota or Berry Plastics or Citadel or these big companies, you know what I mean? Why everybody telling us to change? People on the outside looking in want to make fun of us. Oh, there ain't no real gang bangers, and this is real out here. You get what I mean? This is real. You get what I mean? My first day out, I got shot at. You feel me? I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's from doing 2.5. You feel me? And I ain't do nothing. You get what I mean? That's just from my affiliation. So if we can have access to these good jobs, second, I mean, the community say they want us to change. Can we get some help? Can we get a privilege? Can we get a chance? Can I work for Berry Plastics? Can I get that insurance? You feel me? Can I we get out, you feel me? You tell us to change. You tell us you don't want us to pick up this pack, you feel me? But you send us to McDonald's, you feel me? You send us to these temp jobs who can just fire us whenever they done with us. Can we get benefits? I mean, my mouth hurts, my teeth. I want to go to the dentist. I don't go to the army and I don't have no benefits. So can we get some kind of second chance program going on? Can we get some help from the community? Can we? mean, yeah, y'all, I mean, this is a two-way street, you know what I mean?
This, in our meeting, these are some of the things that we discussed with, Tony and, can I use your name? Okay, Tony and Denzel. We are, as I said, they have agreed, they're going to work closely with Mr. Payne and other organizations and ministers. We're actually calling everyone to task, and in the next 30 days, we are going to put forth a consortium, and hopefully the media will be there to be present. It will be summit, a community-based summit, and we are calling in other entrepreneurs, business leaders, community leaders, organizations from all over, not just within Indiana, because if people in Indiana don't want to help us, there are other people outside of Indiana that will help us right here in the community. And so when people that have also stepped up that know what you guys are doing today, that are like really rooting for you, and they're willing to get behind and push, and we're gonna form with these two gentlemen and this group, and we're gonna come up with a clear plan for our community. I don't want to say but most of you will remember the previous platform that I said we right here in the community are empowered to do for ourselves. And it has come time that instead of waiting for other people to do it, that we step up and start to do it for ourselves. And that's what we're going to just have to do. And Mr. Miller has agreed to assist in that as well. So we have one last question, and then we're going to wrap up. And then I'm going to turn over to Mr. Payne here. And then, well, actually, he's going to wrap up. Do we have any more questions from the media? Well,
No, it's not, it's just the media, can we talk to?
okay, one question.
I got one more. He had mentioned that, you said that guns were just what happened as altercations escalated. But how can you and how can the community itself help to make sure that guns are not an option where those incidents do escalate, they don't ever escalate to having or involving weapons?
Just let them know,
Honestly,
they're the leaders
I
of our,
feel like that's a problem that gotta be taken care of at the family level, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, I know growing up, I grew up in a house with 4 kids, and my mama was by herself. She lost her Section 8. We didn't have no bedroom for 9 months. You know what I mean? That was hearing everything. You don't know what it feels like to have to boil water to take a bath. So that you feel me? We really just gotta create more opportunities for the family, because sometimes some kids, they don't have no choice. And that's all they got. It's the only choice that we got. You know, because I went to school, I got straight A's, but it wasn't helping my mama pay her bills. And it wasn't putting no food in our stomach. I started working when I was 14, and I ain't seen a tax check or a check. You feel me? I was never, it all went to my mama, so I had to do what I mean? It ain't no choice. So it starts with, you gotta create opportunity. You gotta create opportunity. When we get a chance, everybody wants to change, can we get the resources that we need? Can we get the same thing that the next person got? I mean, can I walk in and apply knowing that they ain't gonna look at my application and just throw it away, you know what I mean? Or there's a couple of times I've been in an interview, I do real good in the interview, and then they'll be like, have you ever got in trouble? Yeah, I got caught a dope case and I got caught with a pistol. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't accept you there. Fully qualified for the job, you know what I mean? So is there any way that we, like I said, can we get a second chance program going? Can we get that?
I feel like they don't just start with us. They start with us, but they end with the kids. We're trying to bring the kids up now. That's what it's all about. So we need more activities out there for these kids. And not only for the kids, that we can get out here with the kids. Because they're looking up to us, and we trying to bring them up. And
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, but I do want to clear some things up because of some questions that was asked of me. I do want to make it clear I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm a Biblecrat. I believe in thus says the Lord. And I say that because I'm a firm believer in this. I believe these guys can change. The reason why we're doing what we're doing with our organization and with mass is because we're trying to invoke change. I'm standing before you. I just got out of federal prison in August of last year. I did 10 years in federal prison. So my passion is to make sure, I think I've done enough time for all the kids. So my goal is to not ever let another kid go the same route that I went. And a lot of people looked at me, and they looked at me and then they looked at them in a different way. You see the stereotype? So we got to break that. That's the reason why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing. You know, I have nieces, nephews that I've never met. And, you know, it's time for us to make a difference in our own community. And I feel like I have to give back in order to do that. And I'm just thankful that I have people that's willing to help me. And I'm willing to help them because I already know what it's like. I know what it's like to be labeled. So moving forward, we're going to start asking, you know, the community to do their part. You know, we're not going to do the police job, but we're going to ask the community to make sure we keep track of our kids. And we stand accountable for our kids and our community. And that's the biggest thing that we need to do. So I really appreciate these guys coming. But at the end of the day, we need more activities, we need more facilities, and we need more funding in the inner city. I believe it was in an article that was printed that the mayor said that it was a societal problem. It is. We have no jobs. We have nothing for these kids to do. So he's absolutely correct. So my question to him is, what are we going to do about it? And this is some stuff that we're going to be addressing in the next couple of weeks. So we asked the community to come out. And once again, I want to thank Reverend Terry because growing up, you know, my father, he's like one of my mentors. Him and Reverend Brooks are allowing us to do a lot of things, use their facility to help with the kids. They open their doors and they open their hearts because this church, 116-year anniversary, is a cornerstone in this community. And this is what we have to do. So we thank everybody for coming. And if you have any questions, please see them on the way out the door. Thank you.